Assalamualaikum and salam satu Malaysia. Welcome back. We continue our learning with topic from the module titled Functions. At the end of this session, we hope that you will be able to utilize functions with the correct technique, categorize two types of variables, local and reference, as well as their scope. Explain how recursion function works. What is functions? Functions can be seen as a small program code that would do a specific task. Instead of executing the same code for the entire program, you can use a function to execute that specific task by calling it. This method will help to reduce repetition of codes in a program. Actually, you have learned a few predefined functions in the previous lessons called printf and scanf. In this lesson, you are going to learn how to define your own functions. There are three components in function called function call. This component will call a function and transfer the control to the function. Function definition. This component will execute any statements within the function when it is called by the function call. Function prototype. This component contains information about call function. Take a look at the following partial program. Function is working when it is called by a function call. Then, the control of the program is transferred to the function definition. The task will be executed within the function. When the function is terminated, the control will be returned to the place where it was called from, and the next statement will be executed. Take a look at function prototype. Notice how to write it so that you can write the whole function correctly. There are four ways to call and manipulate functions. Calling function without parameter and without return value. Calling function with parameter and without return value. Calling function without parameter and with return value. Calling function with parameter and with return value. We look at this one by one. We begin with a function that called without parameter and with no return value. Take a look at the following partial program. Look at the function call named sum. To call a function named sum, you need to write the function name and followed with the empty brackets if there is no parameter to pass. This function call will call the function definition, and the task of printing the values will be done within the function. After finish the execution of printing statement, the control of program is written back to main. If there is no more statement to be executed, the program will be terminated. Next, we take a look at the function that called without parameter, but with a return value. The calling concept is still the same, but you can add a variable to accept the return value. Notice that in the function definition of sum, after the addition operation, the value is written using the word return addition. You also need to notice that this return value is significant with the declaration of addition and return data type of the function heading. In this program, you should know that the value is written to the main function as integer value. Look at the significant variable declaration for total that accepts the value as integer. Now we move to the function that called with parameter, but without a written value. Notice that the function call has two parameters, integers value 2 and 3. The values will be copied to the arguments in the sum function heading, which are written as x and y. The value 2 is copied to x and 3 is copied to y, respectively. Then, these values are used in the printing statement. Notice here that there is no written value to the main function. After the control of program is written back to main, and without any further statement, the program is terminated. Okay, now we move to the last way of manipulating function, calling function with parameter and also with a written value. Take a look at this program. It's almost similar with the previous program, but you just need to add a variable named total to accept the written value. You should also notice that inside the function called sum, the written value is directly calculated using the syntax return x plus y. As I said earlier, the written value is significant with the written data type at the function heading, as well as the variable name total in the main function. Do you understand it? Discuss further these methods with your tutor. Okay, now we look at another important aspect in function, variable scope. What is variable scope? Variable scope refers to an area where the program can reach it. Look at this table. There are two scopes named local variable and global variable. Local variable can be accessed within a function, but global variable can also be accessed from outside of a function. The life expectancy for local variable is only throughout a function execution, but for global variable, the life expectancy is throughout a program execution. Local variables can be reached only in a function, but not like global variable where you can reach it for the entire program. Therefore, the global variable is not encouraged to be used because it is difficult to control compared to the local variable. Take a look at the following program. Make comparison between these two and find out the difference between local and global variable. Do you notice the difference? Discuss further this matter during your class. Okay, we are done with the scope of variable. Now we move to the last topic, recursion. What is recursion? Recursion refers to a function that makes a series of calls to itself. Take a look at the following partial codes. Notice that the function heading factorial is called itself until the value of n is equal with 0. Take a piece of paper and draw a tracing process for recursion so that you can understand more about it. Have fun with functions. Till then, thank you very much and have a great day.